Hello, and welcome to This Week from City Hall. I'm Alderman Barbara Lee, serving the City of New Bern, Ward 5. This afternoon, I have two young ladies with me, and they will be sharing some exciting news about Community Relations Day. But before we get into that, I just want to introduce them. I have beside me Miss Maria Cho. Okay. She is with the New Bern Redevelopment Commission, and you serve as government chair for the Health and Wellness Group?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, chair for the Health and Wellness Working Group.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
And beside her, I have Miss Antoinette Boskey Chadwick.
Yes.
She is the Neighborhood Revitalization Director for Habitat for Humanity of Craven County.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you, ladies, for coming out and providing this information to us about this upcoming event. I am so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear what you're going to bring to us. So I'm not going to prolong this any further, and I just want to know, what is the purpose of Community Relations Day?
Oh man, we're really excited. One of the things that I quoted to Maria was that so as a man thinketh, so is he. And so for us, it's a way to really lift up the assets in the greater Duffield community, which is its leaders. Your people are your greatest asset, and these grassroots leaders, it's time to let them shine. Let's show all the positivity in Duffield, because we hear about a lot of the negative, right? But do we hear about a lot of the good? And if we feed that good, that makes a big difference in how a community sees itself and how others view that community.
That is true.
So this opportunity to lift up those grassroots leaders who are making a difference, who keep the community going, is a really big deal for us in asset-based community development.
Right. And it also brings that connection with the community there, that you care about them, you're listening to them.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's
So
key.
that is very vital in all of this. So
Yeah.
but what is there something that makes this event so unique? I mean, is there?
Well, I just wanted to mention, going back to what Antoinette was speaking about as far as the grassroots leadership that we're honoring.
Okay.
So we're honoring Ms. Barbara Lee during this event, and we're asking for it, I think it's the third Saturday in November, and that creates sustainability, and that's another thing that we're focusing on, because we feel like that's sustainability, has better outcomes, right? How do we continue this? How do we make this an annual event? And how do we continue to engage and listen to the community, consistently?
Well, that makes it unique.
Exactly, building a
Makes
sense
it
of community.
unique. Yes. And again, you're right. This proclamation for Ms. Barbara Lee, I think, is well deserved. She has been a pillar of the community for so many years, for decades. So I'm glad to hear that she will be a part of this event as well. So is there going to be you're hoping that this will be a yearly event?
Yes, ma'am. Every third Saturday in November, let us show how thankful we are for the residents of Greater Duffield to be a part of our community, for us to have their leaders as a part of our community. I mean, when we look at people like Miss Barbara Lee, yourself, Alderman Best, Pastor Hazel Royal, Mr. Reggie Jones, these are people who grew up in the community that many people don't realize it. Great things come out of Greater Duffield.
Exactly.
Great things come out of Greater Duffield.
Exactly. And I can't let you forget not to mention Miss Ethel Sampson.
You got that right. You got that right.
We cannot forget her and her late husband, Mr. Johnny Sampson, as well. I mean, they are pioneers.
Yes, they are.
They have given so much to the Greater Duffield communities and to the people of those communities. Is there anything else that you want to share that you're saying that makes this event so unique?
Oh, it's for the culture.
All right.
It's for the culture. Let me tell you what I mean when I say that. When we go to festivals and different things like that, they're very general in their appeal. This is very specific to uplifting African American culture. And so when we look at the installations like We the People or the Fellowship Hall, right? These are all terms that we relate to. And it's very specific in the goal of intentionally creating a safe space for people to share what they feel about what community is to them, what health is to them, what wellness is to them. Creating that safe space is something we've been working on, even with the block captain trainings, creating space for the leadership to be at the table with us as we develop these plans and work together to build a sense of community. I like you. Figure out what we have in common.
Right.
Oh, we have something in common. You know, that social cohesion, that leads us to collective work together. That's when development is sustainable. And that's what we're working towards.
Right.
So is there anything you'd like to share on creating that space?
Well, it was interesting because we would say that. That was like our term that we would use. And I remember I called Antoinette from New York. I'm like, oh, there was something at church on Fifth Avenue. It was called a seat at the table. That was something else that we liked. But it was always about creating space at the table, a seat at the table. So when we started to talk about doing this seriously, that's what we came up with. And that's how we invited North Carolina Central University, who we've been working with, to kind of help us curate this event. And so she took our idea and she made the Creating Space series. So this is just our premiere, our premiere event starting at Community Relations Day. So it's very unique. As Antoinette said, it's steeped in culture and it's focused on communities of color. So what we're doing is creating space, as somebody who's in city leadership, to perhaps hear voices that haven't heard access before, and to also listen. And when you talk about community engagement, sometimes we look at it as very finite, but I think what we're trying to do is looking at as a continuum again, so continually listening. How do we help? What do you need? And how do we provide that exactly? And for health and wellness, that's what we're trying to achieve.
And being able to provide it as a coworker and not a case manager, right? So them working alongside of us. So our goal is also to build some resident capacity to be engaged in this effort with us as we listen and uncover what's needed in the community and how we can be a partner in helping residents to put those things in place.
And as you said, working along beside someone, it gets a little more personal. And that person feels a little bit more relaxed. And then, that word of mouth just branches out within the community. And everybody starts talking about, this event, this is going to be great. This is something that we can look forward to as a community. So is there anything else that y'all want to share with me about the actual event? The details of the event? I mean,
Well, we're going. I know that we, Antoinette and I, are both going to be. NCCU will be there. So we have a health assessment that they developed back in May, and so that'll be incentivized, and we're hoping that people will participate in that because we are trying to, again, part of that finding out what you need would come from that information. And then we have. You want to talk about the other installation?
The quality of life survey. It's that one. We also have the quality of life survey. Health and wellness, quality of life. Those things really go hand in hand. So that we can also get an idea of how people feel about being connected in their community, and that'll help us to see where we need to go next. We've got a sit back and learn installation that Pastor Hazel Royal is going to facilitate for us. And it's all about just hearing from people what they think of health and wellness. What do you think about when you think health and wellness? What do you see for your community? And being able to have those on an installation where people just write their thoughts down. Our goal is that we would be able to keep those installations even through the weather in the focus community so that they can remind us as the service providers of what our focus should be, centering around people, but it also show the community we're listening to you. See, it's right here big and bold for us to see, and it brings that accountability for us to be able to look back and say, wait, are we doing this the way that the community really wants to see it done. That's something really big. I'm really excited about the Kids Corner.
Yes.
Because the Kids Corner is like a whole half of the field that's volleyball, and they'll have footballs and Uno and Jenga and
Spike ball.
Spike ball.
We haven't looked that up.
We want to have a cornhole tournament for them, and we think that'll be exciting for it to be some structure, but not so much structure that you can't go around and have a little fun. And it's going to be cold. We do know it. November 20th, it is going to be cold. So we want to place blankets sporadically where people can just grab it as a giveaway, and some hand warmers and hot cocoa to keep you warm while you're out there. So there'll be quite a few giveaways and some drawings for those Duffyville residents who participate in the survey. The music, the ambiance is going to be different. It's not just going to be a DJ. It's going to be a DJ, but a DJ very specific to set the ambiance for this event, because it is truly full of culture. We wanted the giveaways to be something useful.
Right. Exactly.
Whether you want to get food, whether you need clothes, your kids need a coat, you want to do Christmas, Walmart has it all, you know?
Exactly.
And the Clarks, there's actually transportation to Walmart, so that really helps a lot too.
And there'll be health resources available as well. Yes, we have the Craven County Health Department, Carolina East Medical Center will be participating, Mercy Clinic, carts will be there. So we'll also have health resources available for the community. And then the event itself is from 2 to 4:30, and at 5 o'clock we'll have a movie night as well. So.
And we are looking at an ethno-drama done by Central, specifically related to COVID-19 and people of color. So that's what makes it. Everything that has been put into this is intentionally for the culture.
Okay, so this event will be November 20th
Yes.
from 2 to 4:30 at Lawson Creek Park.
Yes, ma'am.
And at 5 p.m. you will be having a ethno-drama in reference to COVID-19 and people of color.
Yes,
That sounds
ma'am.
exciting.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I put my sneakers on and some jeans and just get out there.
Put your thermals on so you
And,
can hang out with
I
us.
don't want my thermals. Because I require a lot of air conditioning.
Well, the weather looks actually very nice. I don't know how reliable it is, but it looks like it's going to be a nice day. No rain, and so we're excited about that. But I think from a redevelopment standpoint too, I mean, we're investing in, I think as a 3 Ps, people and programming and places, and I think that this event will lend itself to all those Ps.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It sounds like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us in reference to this Community Relations Day?
We've really enjoyed working together.
We have. It has been a wonderful journey.
Okay.
And I think that a lot of times, let me tell you, it's been wonderful watching Maria come into the community and participate with the block captains and the residents, and for them to identify who she is and be like, oh yeah, she coming today, the cool lady with the hair. She's the cool lady with the hair, right? So that's been exciting to watch, because it's like we're seeing firsthand bridging the gap.
Okay.
We're seeing that firsthand, and that's really what this is about, to building relationship,
And
bridging
trust.
that gap. And you know, it's not, one of the things we learn is it's not the loudest voices in the room we need to pay attention to. It's those quiet voices that aren't saying a word.
Exactly.
So this is our way of pulling them out, and I've enjoyed doing that with Maria.
Yeah.
It's been exciting to work with you.
You mentioned block captains. So how
Oh,
many
yes.
block captains do you have?
We have 7 block captains.
Okay.
And they are all individuals that were chosen by their community to say, hey, we like for these people to, they're already doing things in their community.
Right.
It's just a matter of, okay, Miss Antoinette, we're willing, but we don't know what to do, right? And so we talk about things like the framework and how do you build a sense of community, and how do you inspire your neighbors to want to be at this table? How do you identify the partners that are missing and the voices that are missing, you know?
Right.
They identified that the Bernese voices are missing from the table, and have been trying to find ways to connect with the Bernese population to have them as a part of this work. they've been identifying partners that we need at the table. And Miss Lily Swindell had me smiling at the last one because she invited 2 partners, Craven Literacy Council and Uptown Business, because one of the things that they feel they need to address is literacy in the community. And she had gifts for her guests, and they were thoughtful gifts that spoke to what the guests like. So they're taking the time even to build those relationships themselves. And I'm just like, oh, this is awesome, because when you can go out and build that relationship yourself as a community, then you can work with those partners to make things happen you want to happen.
Exactly.
You know, as opposed to sitting back saying, well, when they gonna do this for us? No, you can do it for yourself, and here's how you do it. So it's been nice to watch that unfold and evolve, and to hear all of the great ideas of what they want where, what amenities they want where, and hearing them uncover different people they know who haven't been engaged, who need to be engaged. It might be someone who owns some vacant property, and they're like, I know that person, I can get them. Well, call them, tell them they need to be at the table, you know, encouraging them to be at alderman meetings and redevelopment commission meetings and commissioners meetings, and helping them to see how that impacts them. And I'm super excited because 2 of them are taking the new Bern 101 classes. And they are learning a lot and contributing a lot. And
now this is your block captain?
Block captains. Nan Benjamin and Miss Lily Swindell are doing the new Bern 101 classes. And so a big piece of it is education. Education is key. So educating and connecting is really what we've been doing, so that we can get the feedback we need and understand what's already happening in the community, so that we can just slide in and not take over.
And as you mentioned, since you mentioned their names, Miss Carlene Swindell and Mr. Robert Benjamin, they have always been leaders of the community. And as you said, they were sort of the silent leaders of the community. But I'm so glad to hear that they are becoming a part of your program and getting out there and just letting the people know who they are, what they represent, and they are a voice for the people and of the people. So that's fantastic.
And that's what our little center is called, We the People.
One of the installations.
Right, that's front and center and innovative. And I think that's, you know, there's always an opportunity to learn and be educated as well during this event. So I think that's going to be.
Okay, do you have anything else you'd like to share, or if not?
So it's November 20th,
Saturday, November 20th.
2 p.m. to 4:30.
It is a free event.
Okay,
so
there you go. You took the words out of my mouth.
Come on
I wanted
out.
to action.
Let the kids play themselves till they're tired, and let's learn something about each other together. Let's spend time together.
And that will be at Lawson Creek Park.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in conclusion, I just want to thank you ladies for taking the time out of your day to coming out here and sharing this information with me and to our citizens of the city. I look forward to this event. And I just want to thank you both for all the hard work, for all the planning that you put into this, and all the others that's part of your group. I know it has taken a lot of time and work to get this event scheduled, and to see it to come to fruition is going to be fantastic.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I just thank you ladies again.
Thank you for having us, taking the time.
Yes, always a pleasure to talk to our citizens, to let our citizens be aware of what's going on in our city, and to bring our citizens together, all of us as a group, regardless of our race or whatever other obstacles that we might feel that's in the way. I think this Community Relations Day is going to pull all that together.
Yes.
And I look forward to it. But before we conclude here, I want to thank Ms. Colleen Roberts.
Yes.
She plays a very vital role in the media community relations for the city of New Bern. We couldn't do it without her. And to all of our citizens that's listening here today, please come out, join us in this event again, November 20th, 2 to 4:30 p.m. After that event at 5 p.m., there will be a ethno-drama also provided to the citizens. So please come out and join us. And to all of you, I am Alderman Barbara Best, serving the 5th Ward of the City of New Bern. Thank you for watching, and God bless you all.